Hello and welcome to Raytown Redneck Outdoors. This is gonna be my senior project, so we're just gonna have fun, and I'm gonna teach you a couple things along the way of like hunting and fishing and wilderness survival and camping. So I'll keep you posted. Today we're going to be scouting ahead, looking at a couple places to hunt later on in the season, and so. This is going to be something that you don't see a lot in a lot of like big time TV shows and what have it. And so yeah, what we're going to be looking for is like deer paths along the way, deer prints, along with like bedding areas, and places for us to set up our stands and blinds, what have it. Currently, we are en route to Andy. What was it again? Andy Denton Access, which is a wildlife area here in Missouri. And I'm here with my father. Say hi.
Hello.
I'm not sure if that actually got him, but he's the one who's taught me everything I know till this point. So I'll keep you posted throughout the day. If I see anything interesting, I'll put it in here. Alright, see ya. Hello guys, here we are we finally made it to the Andy Denton Access. We're gonna be stomping around here a little bit, so I'll keep you posted. In tracking, there are a couple things to look for, such as, in this case, scrapes. This is where a deer scratches up the ground, because as you can see, out here the ground is nice and even. But if you come over here, it's a little more tore up. Alright, so if you come over here, you keep seeing it, then it's gone. Well, that happens. But right here, this right here is a deer lick. As you can see, it's been chewed up and stuff like that. That's also used to mark their territory, and it's a good reference to see if there are deer here. Now, if I move over a little bit, here, let's see if I can find it right off the bat. There should be a print.
There's another scrape right there.
Oh, and as you can see, there's another scrape over here, as my father has pointed out. Let's see, where'd it go? Oh, here it is. Here's one, I think. Yeah. So, here's a print. Here, let's see if I can find it. Okay, here's a print right here.
You may want to get in the sun.
And as my dad has said, so right here, he's moving that way, and as you can see, there's the outline right here, and there's another outline. Then further on over here, we can find...
What sex is that one?
That would be a doe.
Why?
Because a doe has its hooves together. Bucks, when they walk, they spread apart a little more. And it looks like a heart, as said before. So we were walking along and we saw what looked to be a buck on the move. As you can see, here, let's see if I can find it. Okay, these skid marks, he stepped down and he went. So that is a male deer, a buck as we call it, moving forward. He's probably running. I don't know why, but yeah. So right now, that's it. And a little bit here is when you're out scouting, make sure one good thing to do is follow creek beds like this. This may be dried up, but this is a really good place to go because there isn't a lot of vegetation to walk through. Granted, there are a bunch of these fallen down trees. That's okay, you can just walk around them. One thing that you're looking for, though, is you're not looking for prints. You're looking for these trails that go along here. And if you're walking along them, they're pretty obvious because they're cut into the ground a little bit. And that's where they cross over. And once you find one of them, you can always, just follow them up and whatever you want to do. So yeah. So one of the less glamorous parts of hunting right here is their feces, or as my father called it, poop. This is obvious, well, it's not obvious, but this is doe feces, and the way you can tell is that they're little tiny small pellets compared to a male, which would have, like, you know, bigger scat. So back home, and so today was a pretty successful day. We saw a couple deer. I'm sorry I didn't get that on tape, but I was right exactly where we found that feces earlier, and so we looked up and we saw him. We were like, "Whoa!" I had put away my camera at that point, so I'm sorry about that. So today was pretty successful. A couple things you learned was you learned what a scrape was. You learned what a lick was. You saw a couple deer prints. I could go a little further into that someday, but I'm just going to keep it at it as it is right now. You also learned to use creek beds to your advantage, because in all reality, when you're looking at a creek bed, walking down it, you'll see little tiny pathways. They're only about a foot wide or less, so don't be looking for anything big and grand. And chances are, if it's a big enough pathway, you won't see very many prints because it'll be packed down. But yeah, one last tip for tracking, or not tracking, but scouting ahead: wear protective clothing. As you may have saw in my previous scenes, I was wearing gloves. The shirt I was wearing, it's a heavier shirt, so like if some thorny bush hits me, it won't hurt as bad. I'm wearing, reinforced pants, boots. Definitely wear something with ankle supports, because if you're walking along, and say you're walking along the creek bed that I was telling you about, and you hit a rock, you could easily twist your ankle. You don't want that, because a twisted ankle is probably one of the worst things that could happen to you, besides maybe, let's not go into those details. But yeah. So if you have any questions or thoughts, I will expand on them. But for right now, that's it. I'm Chris Scott. This is Raytown Redneck Outdoors. Remember to keep your thoughts clean and your guns cleaner. Goodbye.